Well, we're at the MAG auction in Reno. It is a third day of the sale. As you can see, there are tons and tons of cars that are going to be sold, either have already been sold or are going to be sold. Actually, these are the ones that are still unsold. Massive sale we're talking about here. Some incredible stuff. I'm going to take you on a walk around tour here in a minute, and let's go look at some cars. Nice Chevelle convertible, 67. I love 67s. Ooh, nice. I guess you gotta like Ferraris. Lots of this kind of big street rod blower stuff, you know. Tons of classic vets. Always these first-gen vets are very popular in these auctions. You're going to see a lot of them with a lot of different engine and transmission combinations. Beautiful engine bay, very original looking, just like it's supposed to be. Let's go take a look over here. Wow. Man. Just too much stuff to point a camera at, right? That's an Eleanor. There was the Mustang just like that in the movie, the first movie, or actually the remake of the movie Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage. And they named the car Eleanor, and the car just, people loved it. And so it became sort of like a common kit car almost, that people can buy these packages for their Mustang and style it like Eleanor in the movie. And that's a very popular thing to do. This is a nice one. GT 500. This is, well, technically it was a Shelby, but it wasn't really. By 1968, Shelby wasn't building cars for Ford anymore. Ford was building them in their plant like normal with special high-performance gear on it, and they were just paying Carroll Shelby a licensing fee for the use of his name. But it's still a Shelby GT 500, which was wicked. It had a 428 big block in it, and these things ripped. Those big block Fords are torque monsters. Hey, now how's that for a tail light, huh? Boy, that's a beauty. Classic 50s styling, late 50s. That's probably, I don't know, 58, 59. I haven't seen the, I'm not real familiar with these kinds of cars. But look at this. Wow. Early padded dash. They didn't have airbags back then, but if you hit that with your forehead, maybe you won't get hurt so bad. Beautiful. Look at this space age instrumentation. Everything was ornately styled and detailed. Nice Chevelle, 70 Chevelle with a modern LS engine in it, it looks like. Wow. That's what you call a retro mod, where they take a car, make it look original, but they have a modern drivetrain in it so they could take it cross country if they wanted without having to worry about it, you know. Nice Mustang convertible, 64 and a half. A real easy way to tell, assuming that the trim is original on it, is that this cove right here, doesn't have any trim on a 64 and a half. It has a simple piece of trim like the shape of a C almost on the 65s. And then on 66s, it has the same piece of trim with 3 chrome fingers on it, shooting toward the door. That's how you can tell a 66. So, assuming they haven't messed with the trim on it, should be a 64 and a half, which is technically an early 65. They weren't really actually 64 and a half, but that's what people call them. Oh my goodness, it's a 66. Okay, so I end up with egg on my face, but you know how that is. That's the car biz. So probably somebody did mess with the trim. Now, here's an old T-Bird. Oh my goodness, I gotta get back and film this one for mine. Wow. 2 4-barrels on this. This is probably a 292, might be a 312. This has got to be the top line performance engine, other than the Paxton supercharger engine, and this does not have that. So we're going to have to get back and get pictures of this car. I mean, look at this thing. It's just gorgeous.
We sold one 6 months ago.
Okay, so we're at the mag auction. A lot of action here, selling a lot of cars. You saw the cars earlier. Now here's where they're selling them.
The roof works absolutely perfect.
And I only got 15, 16,000, 16,000, 16, 16,000 dollars out of it, 16, 15, out of it, 16, at 16, now 16,000, 16,000 dollars out of it, 15 bad, now 16,000, I'm bad, 15, out of it, 16, now 16,000 dollars out of it, 15 bad, now 16,000, here goes, out of it, 16,000. What'd you say, Jerry? 15 bid, now 16,000?
Folks, look at this. The retractable top works great. Same family owned for 49 years. When you own something for 49 years, Mr. Ritchie, do you take care of it?
Absolutely. I'd get 15,000, 16,000, at 15 bid, now 16, 16, 16 bid, 16,000. That's the buy of the day, guys, the buy of the day. 15.5, now 16,000, and now 16, now 16,000 dollars out of it, 16, out of G, get it 16, at 16, now 17, right here he's out, 17, Mike, get it 17,000, and now 18, get it 8, no, you're not, now Mike, you're not in, sir, he'll have Mike at 18,000, 18, now 19,000, roll the car, 18, give me 19,000, 18 bid, now 19, let's lift the reserve. Let's let us for sale. Lift the reserve. Let us for sale. 18's a bid. 19,000. 18 bid. 19. Now 20. At 19, get a bit 20. 20. What do you think? You get a bit 19. Now 20,000. At 20. Now $20,000 at a bit 20. 20. 19 bid. Now 20. I am bid 19. Marty Murphy. Get a bit 20. 20. Get a bit 20. Now 1. At 21,000. Is a reserve off. And get 20 bid. Now 21,000. And get 20 there. Now 1. 21,000. Sir, you picked a good one. 20,005. Now 21,000. And that's 21,000. 9 bid 20,500. $21,000 out of it. 21. Now listen to me. Phil's out and Marty's out. Both bidders are out over here. I've got 20,500 asking 21,000. Who? There you go. At 20. What'd you say, Kenny? Oh my goodness! Listen to this. I have an announcement. The reserve's off, ladies and gentlemen. The reserve's off. You're buying it today. Now's when the bidding actually counts. And I've only got 20,500. Who'll give 21 at $21,000 out of it. 21. $21,000 out of it. 21. 20,500 bid. Who'll give 21 going once? The reserve's off. The reserve's off at $21,000 going twice. Are you all done, Marty? 21,000. He said nope, and I said so. Good job, Mikey. So $20,500 sold it to you.